2024 was an insane year musically. I mean, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like 2021 and 2022 were kind of boring or uneventful years to me in music, at least pop music. I've really been listening to Charlie XCX since around December 2013. That's when I decided to go ahead and give the Black and White Tumblr Girls a stream. And I think it wasn't until 2014 or 15 until I really started listening to artists like Sophie and Caro Bonito. But it wasn't until 2019 when I started to really dive into artists like GFOTY, like just getting deep into that PC music brain rot. So a lot of 2019, 2020, and 2021 consisted of kind of immersing myself in that atmosphere, but also listening to like the same pop music that I love in general, just trying to diversify my music taste. And I feel like 2020 was a pretty eventful year in pop, despite the whole world shutting down. We had Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia. The Weeknd had just released Blinding Lights, like what, the fall of 2019? We had Doja Cat come out with Hot Pink. It was a very eventful year. In 2022, at least the first half of 2023 felt kind of heavy for me, which really just had to do a lot with what was going on in my life at the time. So I wasn't really consuming the most girly pop music you could find. A lot of it was heavy, which thematically matches what I was going through. And it wasn't until around the last half of 2023 where I started to get really bored. I was like, you know what? I really miss this unique music with a unique sound that made me feel like an individual again. It's not that like consuming anything other than PC music doesn't make me a unique individual, but something about really diving into it for the first time made me feel more aligned with myself than I ever had. Like, this is right up my alley. This is exactly what I feel like inside, and I love this, and I missed it. So it got to the point where I got back on SoundCloud, and I always love to like get on SoundCloud, go through my feed, go through other people's likes and see what they're listening to, and just kind of diversify my library. And by this point, Ayesha Erotica had been retired for like what? Like 5 years at this point. So I was finding like, aside from like other artists and stuff, I was, reaching back out to look for like remixes of Ayesha Erotica songs because I just miss her sound and I miss like the feeling of the first time listening to her and like the feeling of something actually shifting. And I started to dive deeper into other songs from PC artists that I just really hadn't listened to at the time. It felt like it really reignited that fire in me. We also had the Charlie XCX and AG Cook. The Charlie XCX and AG Cook Welcome to My Island remix of the Caroline Polachek song that came out pretty early in the year.
I guess I'm on my Richard Branson wave, no virgin, but I know just how to behave. Cause I can be a good girl, but some milkmaid, or you can drive me down to Florida and fuck me for days. Back at the start, think you knew that I was dangerous. I've done a couple bad things, if you catch my drift. Told him, baby, you can pull up on the landing strip, and if you do it right, welcome to my island, bitch.
So it felt like it was itching in me to come back because a lot of it was just really heavy music. I was just going through a lot. So it was kind of exciting to kind of have this like fire in me feel reignited about mid 2023. Like I finally felt hopeful again about life. This is when the Barbie movie was coming out and we had Barbie Dreams by 50/50 featuring Callie, and it samples Together Again by Janet Jackson, and it's just such a fun pop song. And it really feels like hyperpop is and hyperpop, for a lack of better words. There have been so many terms gone around, like bubblegum bass, I'm not sure. And it felt like it was really starting to enter the mainstream hemisphere. And I also really enjoyed the James remix of Speed Drive by Charlie XCX. It gives me like lip gloss coated vibes.
If you like lip gloss, you know I'm sugary sweet. Baby boy, go rock your teeth like I keep it sticky like lip gloss.
And it was just really exciting. Like music felt really hopeful. And we also had the sophomore album by Hannah Diamond, Poster Girl, come out. And that was a really exciting time for me. I feel like that album really resonates heavy with me even today. You know, the concept of looking up at this poster of like somebody that you like really look up to that's like hanging on your wall. And it's wondering, you know, do you feel the way I feel? Do you go through these hurdles in the way I go through hurdles? But also, I want to be just like you. I want to be that poster girl on the wall. And also her song Lip Sync, I feel like it's perfect for like stepping in to the person that you really aspire to be and just living in the moment. You know, you really lip sync all of these lyrics over and over and over until you actually start to believe it, like Brainwash. And not only that, but I think it was October of 2023. I was really going through it because like I left my job kind of sporadically in July of that year, which I still don't regret because it was probably the best decision I could have made. But it took me really like a really long time to find a good job. I had a set list in my head of like what I want in a job, and I was not going to settle for it. And in order to find that, I had to hop jobs a lot of jobs. And I remember just feeling so hopeless at one moment, being at this job that was absolute duty from the butt. One that I didn't even last for not even more than like 2 days. It was just too much. I got a notification on my phone that Aisha Erotica had posted a track on SoundCloud. And I'm like, there's no way this is real. This is AI. Because all these years that she has been retired, I always have seen people speculate. They're like, when is she coming back? Is she going to come back? And in my head, my first response is, she's never coming back. You guys ruined it. But I checked it out anyways, because why would I not? Like, let's be serious. And it was real. It was the first time she had released a song in about 5 years, and it was the most unreal thing that I had heard. It literally was so inspiring to me and just exciting to be alive. Just made me happy to be alive to witness this, because I thought she was never going to come back. It was only like 1 minute and 30 seconds long, but it was like the best 1 minute and 30 seconds long that I had ever heard. She was literally giving Pink Panthers, and she did it so amazing. And I just love like the lyrical themes of that song that came out. And my favorite part of that song has to be the part where she speaks on rehearsing her daily Bible verses. And to me, that just feels like these like same affirmations over and over and over. And at some point, it starts to get boring because you don't really see it translate into real life. It does not always happen at the exact time that you wish it would. So it starts to feel redundant. It starts to feel exhausting. Like, I need something externally to happen tomorrow. I needed it to happen yesterday. So I feel like that set up a really good precedent for 2024. We had rumors of a new Charlie XCX album coming out, this alleged second act of Beyonce's trilogy that started with Renaissance, and it started quick. We had some banger releases at the beginning of the year. I remember we started off really hot with artists like Rilo releasing the deluxe edition of Last Resort with her lead single Ooh Ah.
Like a dog, I'm higher than the sun. You're my number one angel. Like a mixtape friend, yeah. 'Cause I never play, yeah.
Which I really loved. It felt very soft, but it's still, you know, it's got that like hyper pop to it, which I hate that word honestly so much. We had Shy Girl with Thick. And then Britpop, The Song by A.G. Cook came out in February. We had Von Dutch release in February. Hyra was starting a new cycle in February.
Yeah, I miss you the most in my bed. Smell of your t-shirt making me wet. Wrote a fanfic of us, hope you're ready. Saying prayers for this to last long.
We had Megan Thee Stallion.
Don't
crazy. And they low-key hating so they ain't gon' say shit. Damn, I finally see I'm killing myself and bitches will gotta be mad. This pussy depressed. I'm about to stress it. Yeah, opinions round his neck. But this ain't domestic.
Kim Petras released the second volume to Slut Pop. We had Slut Pop Miami, which I personally prefer over the original version of Slut Pop. Camila Cabello, which is somebody I typically do not listen to, have really not ever liked ever since it came out, how she really treated Normani. But she came out with I Love It with Playboi Carti, and I just loved that song. I'm gonna be honest, I was so upset when it first came out because it sounded exactly like a Charli XCX song, but she made a Charli XCX song done right, and I really enjoy Playboi Carti's verse in the song, and I really love the production to the entire song. It just feels summery and glittery and like I'm alive again.
This is SVJ, I'm round with her perm. Pink cuts the big worm. Half up got the sherm. I went to like climb. Leave a nigga fake down, fuck around, bitch nigga gon' find out. I hope you know you need a flashlight, tryna follow around that hoe. Told you like pedal, I'm out of control.
I feel like 2024 really felt like being alive again, at least for me personally. But also in this time span, I also really got into this J-pop group. I'm not sure exactly when it was because I had one of their songs saved in my library from 2023, and I maybe listened to it 1 or 2 times, and that's why I'm not going to count it as a 2023 song for me personally, because it wasn't until in 2024, I don't remember what it was, I don't remember what triggered it. 2024 was actually such a crazy year for me. It felt like the year that things started to actually move for me personally, and it was exciting. That was the year that I had finally manifested the job that I initially had left 9 months prior, with this complete list of requirements that finally came to fruition. I'll never forget being there like 2 months after working there and it hitting me like, holy fuck, this is exactly everything I asked for. So it was a pretty hectic year for me. There were a lot of things happening and there was a lot of movement, and there was also tons of music coming out, which was really exciting and something that I constantly reminisce on. Like, I'll never forget getting that job and listening to Saturn by SZA. And just like driving to work and looking up at the sky and just being nervous, you know, I'm like, is this really the job that I want? And I was following my human design. And after I had that interview with my manager, I got excited. I got like a bubbly feeling, but there was still like those nerves that came afterwards of like just being nervous, like worried that maybe this isn't it, maybe it won't work out. And it's just so funny that in the end, you know, it ended up being one of the best jobs that I've ever had. And it's good to kind of have that structure, especially in an environment where you feel so supported and seen. I kid you not, 9 times out of 10, I would go to work feeling like duty. And every single time, almost every single time, that's why it's 9 times out of 10, I would leave feeling so much better. And that's rare. That is really rare in a workspace. I felt like I had complete freedom to do whatever I wanted, essentially. You know, I was getting sent to go to the pet store and buy somebody a pet fish on the clock. Like, it wasn't really work, but I was also busy and I was trusted because the job itself was taken seriously to a point, but not to a point where it's like everybody's freaking the fuck out because something is not a certain way. Like, I don't care. It's good for my squirrel brain. I have a life outside of work, but structure is also important. And if you're gonna be at work, you better make it at a place that you actually enjoy being at. So I don't know when I really started to listen to this song, but I really remember it hitting around July, and I just became obsessed. Like, it literally was one of my favorite songs to listen to. Not to say that everything else wasn't my favorite song to listen to at the time, but this one was definitely up there in reoccurring streams. This was something that I had been wishing for a very long time. You know, ever since I first heard Sophie, my first thought was this would sound incredible with a K-pop group or a J-pop group. And this group was doing it. I listened to their song Fire Truck, and they had an UMRU remix, which is the first song that I really got hooked on.
Do that dance, while I was flying there. You got flat, you got flat. 가스가 있다 뭐. Let it sex on and don't do the dance.
And then, you guys know I love my Project Diva, so I was just like looking through the list of like recently updated or added mods on the mod manager, and somebody had made a mod pack consisting of songs by this group. And that's when I really started to get hooked on all of their music. It was Lettuce first.
I can see your friends, they don't like me. And I don't understand, do you got a plan? Why you acting up because you like me? Baby, what you say? Is it me or them? Fucking maybe. 今どこ行くの? Take me dancing, 넌 you know we're fancy. after the nap, I can meet you there. Just say when, boy, I'll meet you anywhere. 何をしたいですか? I get what I wanna, then I want another one.
And then like the original version of Fire Truck. And the rest is history. I mean, these artists worked with artists like UMRU and also A.G. Cook and also Count Baldor. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was exciting. It was the first time that we were really seeing a girl group from East Asia partake in this sound of music. And the rest was history, because I don't think Underground didn't come out till like August or something. And they were just really proud of this. And they ended up becoming one of my favorite new artists. And I would definitely have to say my favorite song by them is UFO. That one is Pop Perfection. That one is also produced by A.G. Cook.
The machine is broke. Sayonara out the door. Baby, push the button. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, nothing. One more time. She's got it. She's got it. She plays so good. She's an alien. Toys in the sky. Never come down. Let's go again and again. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Find out. She plays so good. She's an alien. Toys so high. Give me the crowd. Let's go again and again. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Find out. Gotcha, gotcha, get going. Yes, you know what she's doing. 100円you got to it. Gotcha, gotcha, no losing.
And something about the message of like, baby, just push the button. Right now it is 5 or nothing. Like, you just have to do it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. Just push the button. And you know, and for like thematically in my life at the time, I feel like I was really stepping into my shoes as like my own unique individual, which is why I feel such deep emotions tied to this era of my life. It felt like such great character development, and I was also in an environment that really encouraged this character development and really inspired me and had breathed confidence into me on the daily. So listening to them was really inspiring. They ended up releasing this album in 2025 of this last year. And honestly, aside from the singles, I enjoyed it. My favorites, aside from the singles, are the Sugar Free Venom, Easy Fun remix, Orphan Keen, because apparently they did not like him using a certain logo. On his Deep Trouble single EP, they did not like the logo he used on the airplane. Apparently it was like copyright, so he's Finn Keen now, but for a majority of his career, it was Easy Fun. So I really enjoyed the Sugar Free Venom Easy Fun remix. And then definitely Jump. But then, you know, because as they're releasing all of these singles before the album even came out, all of these singles had remixes. Like we had the Underground DOS remix. We had the Fire Truck Umru remix. We had the UFO Dorian Electra and Count Baldur remix. Like it was just like in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, so they could definitely go the Brat remix album route and release a remix album. Like, why couldn't they? Well, not only did they do that recently, but they also released a deluxe version of their album. And aside from the singles that were released on the standard edition of this album, I would have to say I enjoyed these deluxe tracks more than the standard track releases. And it was kind of perfect timing, because when the standard version came out in like May, I think, of 2025, somewhere around that time frame, I really wanted to get the physical CD, because this album, this group, like they were there for something so integral in my character development that it felt so important to me. But I just never got around to getting it. You know, we've had these like tariffs over the past year, which make everything so butt fuck expensive. But I couldn't miss out. Not this time. It's the deluxe edition and the remix album. Like, no. So today we are unboxing the Sequence 1 CD Deluxe Edition. I really just want to like see what we got into. I don't know what I was expecting. I expected a giant box for this like little tiny CD, but I'm so excited. The packaging on this is kind of insane. Like let me get a light. Like this natural lighting is not going to do it. Do you guys love my streaming setup right now? My recording setup? It's literally, I don't have like a better method of doing it. Anyways, but do you see this? Like the fucking packaging, like this like glittering, shimmery packaging. Sequence, okay, 1.5, okay. Dreaming of the second first impact. I don't know what that last part says. Okay, so like, let's unwrap this. Damn, it's even more shimmery now that it's out of the package. Consequences of the Redux. Oh wait, Consequences of Fate Redux. Sequence 1.5, Dreaming of the First Impact. Consequences of Fate Redux is insane. Now, I remember watching the Lettuce music video, and even in the song, they mentioned SG5, and I always wondered what that meant, but I saw some lore on Twitter that actually stood for the Sailor Guardian 5, which, if you have that Sailor Moon brain rot, then you automatically know, and I feel like that just, like, meant so deeply to me, because Sailor Moon was kind of, you know, the first anime that I had watched in a long time after taking a break, where it really hit me. You know, that show literally will make a grown man cry. There is something about the power of friendship and love and looking out for each other. And, you know, that's kind of what this like group feels like. And so it's really inspiring to me to know that they were really also inspired by that and just being like, this girl group formed on the power of friendship and love. Like, look at that. That's a heart. I always thought that was a cool bit of lore, you know, and also it was like, this is really the first J-pop group that I have fallen in love with since I really got into it. I first listened to J-pop or K-pop like back when I was a freshman in high school. So this is like 2013. I listened to Girls' Generation, and you just know I was queening out to I Got a Boy and Beep Beep. That album as a whole with Beep Beep on it, peak. So this was really the first time that I had like really kind of felt connected with a girl group. I really loved New Jeans, and I really enjoyed listening to Luna, but this one felt like they formed just for me personally. So let's get into this. Let's take the CD out. I really love the packaging that's going on here. I like don't want to mess it up. This is literally my most prized possession, I have to say. This was something I literally just could not miss out on getting, and I feel like it's imperative to really, you know, prioritize getting physical media again. Oh my god. This thing, it's heavy. I can feel it. Oh my god. There's like a little crack on it, but if you think about it, that's kind of Brat, which is like perfect for the time that it came out. So we have the cover right here, and then we have this track list on the back, which really looks like early 2000s with like the font and everything. So we have an entire disc with these last 3 tracks being the bonus tracks, the new tracks of the album, and then we have the entire second disc, which is the remix album, and you just know that I needed that Fire Truck Umbro remix. That song is peak. That is like PC music at its peak, which I will say about literally every PC music song. So let's open this up. Wait, is there a thing on the top? I'm like taken back to the days you would buy CDs at Walmart and they had that sticker at the top that you had to peel off. Oh my god, something dropped. Oh my god, they're cards! Bro, I'm absolutely going to stick this in. Oh my god, is this... Okay, so we got Rory, I'm pretty sure. And don't shoot me for not completely knowing. I'm obsessed with Katie. I'm not sure how to say her name. And then we got Sayaka. You already know that these are going to go into a card sleeve and be carried around with me like my life depends on it. And then here we have the inside of the CD. So we have the CD right here, which has their like little logo, which is like a star and then a 5. And then it looks like a heart right here. And like there's just so much going on. It's so cool. Oh my god. And wait, we have disc 2. I was like, what's the art behind it? So how do I get to disc 2? You see, the thing about these CDs is you never know how, like the double disc albums, you never know how to get to the second disc. It could be from the left side or the right side. I don't want to break it. Oh, okay. So it is definitely from the left side. So you can open it up right here. And then we have the second disc. Oh my god. And we have Place Dream Sequence here. This is so fucking cool. Especially to have both discs, the standard deluxe album and then the remix album. And then we have the booklet right here, which is always exciting. The booklet has to be my favorite part of getting any CD. And you have to be careful because you obviously don't want to bend it. So let's go through this. Wait a minute, this is gonna be a poster, isn't it? I can feel like the shape of the way it's folded. Oh my god, it's a poster, you guys. No! Oh my god, this is insane. You guys, this is fucking sick. I would love to like hang it up, but also I don't want the CD to be naked. Damn, and the way that they have this set up too, like the way it looks like HTML coding. We have song title, television, produced by Blood Pop, Count Baldor, AO Beats. Also very like PC adjacent, and you love to see like the lyrics being included. I Choose You. Also, one of the best songs from the deluxe album.
So magnetic, yeah, I just want you close up, rub me up, Betty spaghetti. 너 때문에 시아워서 so just say the word, I'm ready. 아나타와 와타시 너 이와 sure it's true. Only one night rule is you, 아나타와 시대루.
There's something so euphoric about getting to hear tropical, like early 2000s tropical dance music that just feels so exhilarating. That was one of my favorite releases of 2025. I felt like 2025 was a very uneventful year in music. I mean, it was fine, it was good, but it was definitely nothing compared to 2024. And you know, 2024 is definitely extremely hard to compete with. You know, obviously these artists have to get back in the studio, but I will say this deluxe album was absolutely one of the highlights of 2025 for me. So there we have it, Sequence 1.0 by SG5. And I really just wanted to like open this up with you guys. I feel like this is definitely one of my favorite groups to ever come out, and just a really exciting and innovative time in the pop music hemisphere. It was really just stacked with release after release, but I would have to say 5 was definitely one of my highlights of that year. So this album for me was definitely a must buy, and I'm glad that I waited and was able to pick up the deluxe version of this album, because not only do I get the standard, but I get the deluxe, and on top of that I get a whole nother disc with all the remixes, which is really sick. They just doubled down on that PC adjacent sound, and it's really exciting. It's an innovative time in music, and that's what I love the most. I love to see music be innovative, but also you guys know I love my like Katy Perry and like Sabrina Carpenter. If the pop song is good, I'm fucking shaking my ass. Do you see all these like fingerprints? So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I just kind of wanted to share this moment with you. I will see you next time, and peace out.